Hello friends, this is Manpreet from a Nursing Scope and most welcome in AIMS Last Minute Preparation series, and this is the fifth video of a series, and in this video I'll cover the 25 most important pointers from psychiatric nursing. So do watch this video till the end, and please subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed yet so that you receive all the latest notifications. So let's start the 25 golden scopes for NOTSET AIMS 2020. So I'm starting with very important terminologies, and here is the first one: bipolar 1 disorder. So this involves the period of depression and severe mania, and bipolar 2 disorder involves the period of depression and hypomania. So here the main difference lies in the severity of mania. As in bipolar 1 disorder, the mania is so severe even the patient requires hospitalization for that. So next important term is hypochondriasis. So it is a persistent preoccupation with the possibility of having a serious disorder. So this hypochondriasis is a thought disorder. It is a type of delusion in which the patient will think that he or she is actually suffering from some kind of a very chronic illness like cancer or AIDS. There is no organic pathology in this, but still it is a patient thinking. So next important term is hallucination. So it is a perception of object in absence of the actual stimuli. So in the environment there will be no stimuli, but still the person will perceive that stimuli. For example, in the environment there are no voices, but the patient hears some type of voices. So that will be the example of the auditory hallucination. So like this, there are the many types of hallucinations like visual, tactile, gustatory, olfactory, etc. So the next important term is delusion. So it is a false belief held to be true even when there is a evidence to the contrary. So delusion is a thought disorder in which the patient has a false, firm and fixed belief, and it is very difficult to shake that belief even with some kind of valid rationals. For example, this hypochondriasis is an example of the delusion. And there are many types of delusions like delusion of reference, in which the patient will think that people are referring to me, people are talking about me. So delusion of infidelity, delusion of hypochondriasis, delusion of grandiosity. So all these are the types of delusions. So our next important term is malingering. So in this, a person deliberately pretends to have a illness. So malingering is not a psychiatric disorder. In this, the person will act like he or she is not well. For example, the patient will say that he is having some headache, he is having body pains, so that to avoid some type of responsibilities of work, or maybe for financial gain also. So our next important term is anhedonia. So it is characterized by inability to experience pleasure in normally pleasurable acts. So in this, the person doesn't feel happiness even in the good things. So this is typically seen in cases of a major depression. So our next important term is cyclothymia. It is a bipolar disorder and characterized by periods of hypomanic symptoms along with the mild depression symptoms. So the patient doesn't fulfill the criteria of mania or major depression. So this is a less severe form of a bipolar disorder. So our next important term is confabulation. So confabulation is a use of stories to fill the missing gaps of a memory. So this doesn't mean if a person is confabulating that patient is lying. Actually, this is not a conscious attempt. This is an unconscious phenomenon, as the confabulation is seen in alcoholic patients also. So with this, moving to our next important pointer, that is the most common type of dementia is the Alzheimer's disease. So we all know dementia is organic brain disorder, and the most common type of this is Alzheimer's disease. So our next important pointer is the most commonly used antidepressant for OCD treatment is clomipramine and the fluvoxamine. So clomipramine is a TCA, that is a tricyclic antidepressant, and fluvoxamine is a SSRI, that is selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So both drugs have equal efficacy, but the fluvoxamine comparatively has a lesser side effects. So our next important pointer is Bleuler 4 A's of schizophrenia. So these 4 A's stands for effect, and there will be the flat effect, ambivalence. Ambivalence is a when the person possesses two contradictory feelings or ideas towards one person. For example, love and hatred feeling towards one person. Next A is for autism and association, that is a loosening of association. So our next important pointer is the therapeutic serum lithium level is 0.6 to 1.2 milliequivalent per liter. So this is very important range to remember. And lithium is a mood stabilizer agent and used for treatment of bipolar disorders. So the patient is advised to take adequate fluids and sodium while on a lithium therapy, as dehydration and limited sodium intake increases the chances of lithium toxicity. So our next important pointer is flumazenil is the antidote for benzodiazepine toxicity. So benzodiazepines are the anti-anxiety drugs. So our next important pointer is the consumption of tyramine-rich food while taking MAO inhibitors can cause a hypertensive crisis. So MAO inhibitors are the antidepressant drugs and patient is advised to avoid the tyramine-rich food while on a MAO inhibitors, as this can cause a hypertension. So our next important scoop is disulfiram ethanol reaction, DER. So disulfiram is used as a aversion therapy, and this DER can appear after the ingestion of alcohol within 10 to 30 minutes. And the main symptoms are tachycardia, hypotension, headache, nausea, vomiting, flushing, chest pain and blurred vision. So moving to our next important pointer, Wernicke's encephalopathy is an acute reversible condition characterized by severe thiamine deficiency. So hallmark symptom of Wernicke's encephalopathy is a confusion, ataxia, that is loss of the muscle coordination, and vision changes. So the next important scoop is the Korsakoff syndrome. So Korsakoff syndrome is a chronic form of the Wernicke's encephalopathy and it is characterized by amnesia, confabulation and hallucinations. So now let's learn about some important phobias. So first is the acrophobia. It is a fear of heights. Then agoraphobia, fear of open spaces. Then claustrophobia, it is a fear of closed spaces. Then zoophobia, it is a fear of animals. Then xenophobia, it is a fear of strangers. And social phobia. Social phobia is the fear of performing in presence of others. Okay friends, so please like and share this video with your friends who are going to appear for NORCET AIIMS 2020, and please don't forget to put your feedback in the comment section. So very soon we'll see you in my next video. So till that time, stay tuned, stay safe. Thank you.